Hi, hello children, how are you all? Welcome back to my class. Today in this class we are going to study about your 7th lesson of EVS, that is water pollution and conservation. Okay, so first let us see what is the meaning of this pollution. Pollution means the impure. Okay, water pollution means the impure water, how the water get polluted. And conservation in the sense how we can preserve it, that how we can protect the water to become pollute. Okay, so in this lesson we are going to study about the water pollution and conservation of water pollution. So let's start. Children, here are the two glasses of water. Okay, just give them name as 1 and 2. And the second glass, it contains a pure water. Okay, clear water. It consists a clean water, whereas the glass 1, it consists the dust water. The dust is there within this glass. Now you tell me, which glass of water will you drink? Yes, which glass of water will you drink? The first one or the second one? Yes, of course we are going to drink the water, the clean water which is there in the second glass. Why it is so? Why not the first glass which is contains the dust? Because it is a dirty water, yes, which consists a dirt. So this is a pollute water. So we are going to drink the clean water, isn't it? So water pollution. If the water is not pure and not fit for drinking, it means that water is polluted. If the water it is impure, okay, because of the dirt or because of the dirty particles, if the water is not pure and not fit for drinking, it means that water is polluted. So the water may contains a soil particle, dirt and small insects that may be visible or not visible to our naked eyes. Okay, so how the water get polluted now? So the water may it contains a small soil particles, right, dirt and small insects that may or may not be visible to our eyes, right? And the dirt comes from washing of utensils and clothes, pesticides and fertilizers, industrial waste make water polluted. So the dirt particles that comes from the washing of the utensils and washing of the clothes and washing of the vehicles, washing of the animals, okay, and by using the pesticides and the fertilizers. So see here, this is the using of the pesticides and the fertilizer. It's a kind of chemicals which is used for the crops. Okay, suppose if when the rain comes, those pesticides and the fertilizers, it will flow with the water and it will get mixed in the river and the pond, right? This is how the water can get polluted, right? And even through the industrial waste. Here you can see this is the industrial waste. So the mixes of the industrial waste with the water which makes the water pollute. And the next one is, then it becomes unfit for drinking. If the water become polluted, then it will becomes unfit for drinking. We cannot drink that water. So this is called the water pollution. Understood what is water pollution? So if the water is not pure and not fit for drinking, it means that water is polluted. The water may contain soil particles, dirt and small insects that may be visible or not visible to our naked eyes. So the dirt that comes from the washing of utensils and clothes, washing of the vehicles, and by using the pesticides and fertilizers and throwing the waste from the industries make water polluted, so that become unfit for drinking. So this is called the water pollution. Understood children? And even this picture, can you see this picture? Yes, so even by throwing the plastics into the water, which makes the water dirty, which makes the water polluted. Okay, so children, here we are having one activity for you. So what you have to do is that here is the 3 columns. So first column, sources of water. So find out the source of water in your locality. If there is any source of water in your nearby area, okay, so write the source of water here. It may be a pond, lake, river. Okay, next, if the water is polluted, then you have to write here polluted in the second column. First you have to write the source of water, right? For example, I have written here pound. So next, if the water is polluted, write down polluted. If the water is not polluted, write down not polluted. Okay, so next, if polluted, reasons for pollution. Okay, if the water is polluted, why the water has been polluted, you have to write the reason for that pollution. So washing animals and throwing the plastics. So here I have written the reason. So if the second one, lake, if it is not polluted, then leave it as it is. So in the same way, at least try to write 2 more sources of water. Understood, children? Okay, so children, here is a one picture. Yes, observe this picture. Yes, so here you can see there is a one grandmother and 2 children. They are playing in the drain water. So the grandmother, she is advising the children not to play with the drain water because it is too dirty. Okay, you may become ill because of this dirty water, right? You may face some of the diseases, right? So the next point is diseases which are caused by polluted water. So by drinking the polluted water, we may face some of the diseases. Which are those? Cholera, typhoid, paratyphoid fever, and dysentery, etc. These are some diseases which may caused by drinking the contaminated or the polluted water. Okay, so here there is a 2 more new terms for you. What is the meaning of dehydration and rehydration? So the dehydration means diseases like cholera are spread through water. Now just I told you here, the cholera which is caused due to the drinking of polluted water. So diseases like cholera are spread through water. If not treated properly in time, it can lead to death also. Okay, if the diseases, whichever the diseases is caused by the polluted water, if it is not treated properly within the time, it can lead to a death also. Okay, so in the case of vomiting and diarrhea, the body loses the water content and the patient becomes tired. This is called dehydration. So in the case of this diseases, the patient, he may face vomiting and the diarrhea. So because of this vomiting and the diarrhea, the body it loses the water content. So body loses the water content and the patient becomes too tired. So that is called the dehydration. Okay, the losses of water content from the body, that is called dehydration. Now how we can make it normal now? So that is called the rehydration. So that process is called rehydration. So to avoid dehydration, a mixture of salt, sugar, lemon juice, boiled and cooled water should be given to the patient. This is called a rehydration, to give the energy to the patient. To avoid this dehydration, a mixture of salt with water and lemon juice with the mixture of salt, sugar, lemon juice and cool water should be given to the patient. So that is called the rehydration. Understood, children? ORS. Okay, what is the meaning of this ORS? ORS is nothing but the oral rehydration solution. Now just we have learnt about what is rehydration. So ORS, oral rehydration solution. This is the solution which is advised by the doctors, okay, to the patients who is suffering from some of those diseases. So that is called the ORS. Here you can see, you might have seen such kind of packets, right? So this is called the ORS, that is oral rehydration solution. So it helps to prevent or treat the loss of too much body water. So this ORS, it is used. So what is the benefit of this ORS? So it helps to prevent or treat the loss of too much body water. As I told you here, in the dehydration, the body loses the water content, right? So that is called the dehydration. To make it correct, so we have to take some treatment for that, right? So that is called the ORS. So it prevents it helps to prevent or treat the loss of too much body water, right? So having the right amount of fluid and minerals is important for the normal function of our body, right? So the next point is, it can be prepared by using sugar, salt, lemon juice and clean water. So the ORS can be prepared at home by using sugar, salt, lemon juice and clean water. Okay, so this is about the ORS. So children, it is better to drink pure and clean water than to drink the polluted or the contaminated water and get infected with the diseases such as cholera, typhoid, etc. and get medicated and cure later. So take care to avoid polluted water. So you should take care to avoid. So you have to not to take the polluted water. Okay, so the next one is prevention of water pollution. How we can stop this water pollution? The first point is avoid throwing plastics into the water. So we have to avoid throwing the plastics into the water, which makes the water dirty, right? Which makes the water dirty, and even this water, the polluted water, is very harmful for the aquatic animals such as fishes, crabs, prawns, whichever the animals are living in the water. That water, the polluted water, is very dangerous for those animals. Okay, they may die because of the polluted water. So we are not supposed to throw any plastics in the water bodies. The next point is do not dispose chemicals. So we are not supposed to throw or dispose any chemicals into the water. The next point is do not wash your vehicles. So do not wash your vehicles into the water. So avoid washing clothes, utensils, etc. So avoid washing the clothes, utensils in the water bodies such as rivers, ponds, etc. The next point is avoid disposing oil, grease, etc. So the whatever the oil things which we make in our kitchen, we should not supposed to dispose it into the water bodies, okay, which may pollute the water. So these are the some of the prevention which we can adopt to stop the water pollution. Understood, children? Now let us learn some more interesting facts about the water pollution. Okay, so the first point is most of the rivers in our state and country are polluted, as we are seeing in the TV and reading in the newspaper that most of the rivers in our state as well as in our country, they are getting polluted, right? So the next point is if we drink water containing fluorine, mercury, arsenic and lead, it may cause deadly diseases. If you're drinking the water which contains fluorine, mercury, arsenic and lead, these are the chemicals, okay, so it may cause the deadly diseases. Okay, the next point is in our state we have reports about the death of the aquatic animals, mainly fish, due to contamination of water. So in our state we have reports about the death of the aquatic animals. Now just I have told you, because of the polluted water, the aquatic animals which are living in the water, mainly the fishes, they are dying because due to the contamination of water, due to the pollution of the water. Okay, so the next point is Pollution Control Board is a government organization established to protect the quality of water. So we are having one organization, that is government organization, named Pollution Control Board. Okay, Pollution Control Board, it is a government organization which is established to protect the quality of water. The next point is the chemical chlorine is added to drinking water to purify it from germs, and then it is supplied to the houses in towns and cities. So the chemical named chlorine, you have to remember this, okay, the chemical named chlorine, this is a chemical which is added to the water to make it purify, okay, to make it purify from the germs, and then they will supply that water to the houses and the towns and cities. Okay, so the next point is the manure pits and soak pits should be at least 10 meters away from the source of water such as wells, ponds, etc. Otherwise, the water contaminating germs collected in these pits may be added to the sources of water and pollute them. So the manure pits So see here, these are called the manure pits, right, which is used to prepare the fertilizers, right? So the manure pits and the soak pits, these pits should be away from this water bodies, okay, whichever it may be, well, ponds, rivers, because it may mixes with the water. So this manure pits or soak pits, that may mixes with the water bodies, and it will make it contaminated, it may pollute them, okay. So the next point is, when we boil water, all the bacteria will die. It is good for health to boil and cool the water before drinking. You might have heard in your house that it is good and well to drink the boiled water rather than the normal water, because when we drink the water that is boiled water, it will die, the whatever the bacteria is there, it will get die there, so we get the clean water. So it is better to drink the boiled cooled water, okay. First you have to boil it, then you have to cool it, then you can drink it, okay. Next point is, desalting is the process of reducing the salt content of the sea water and use it for agriculture and household activities. This is very costly. There is a one process that is called desalting, okay. This desalting is a process where they reduce the salt content, okay. They reduce the salt content of the sea water and use it for agriculture, okay. So desalting is the process where we can reduce the salt content from the sea water. Sea water, it contains the salt, okay. So we can reduce the salt content which is there in the sea water. Later on we can use that water for agriculture, for household activities, etc. But it is very costly, okay. The next point is, in cities it has been made compulsory to collect rainwater then that falls on the rooftops of the buildings to prevent scarcity of water. In some of the cities it has been made compulsory to collect the rainwater, that is nothing but the rain harvesting. So in some of the cities it has been made compulsory, they have to make a rain harvesting process, means they have to collect the rainwater which that falls on the rooftops of the building to prevent the scarcity of water. Scarcity is nothing but the less, okay. So to protect the scarcity of water, we can adopt the rain harvesting, or else we can use the recycling of water. Yes, the next point is, purifying and reusing of water once used in the industrial sector is in the practice to minimize the scarcity of water. So the purifying and reusing of the water once used in the industrial sector. So as you know that the industry, they need a much amount of water for the production, right? So that water may purify. First we have to purify that water and we can reuse it, okay. So first what we have to do, we can purify that water and we can reuse that water, so that we can minimize the scarcity of water. Understood, children? So in this lesson you have studied about the water pollution and its evil effects and the diseases that are spread through water and the reasons for dehydration and how to prepare the ORS, that is oral rehydration solution. Yes, children, then how we can conserve or how we can protect the water, yes, to become polluted, right? Hope you understood all these concepts very well, children.